Hey everyone. Okay, so yeah, welcome. If you've joined this meeting, welcome again. So yeah, this is another episode of Frema. Last week we did this where we fixed the Navbar and then the hero section, right? And then today, our focus will be making the Navbar and then the hero section responsive. But before I start, I like to what's it called to explain. If you're a beginner watching this, I really like to explain um the properties panel, right? Now this is Framer. Of course, if you're just starting out and then you're not so familiar with the canvas rather, this is Framer. And then initially, once you start, you're going to see a blank screen. Then once you start filling in and putting in your contents, you're going to see all of those things. Then right here, the left hand side, we have the pages, we have the layers, we have the assets. The pages, let's say you have like 10 pages, you're going to see them here. We have new page. New page can be titled to-do list. You see it here, then you design the contents, right? And then you also have, what's it called, we also have the layers. The layers is where you can see the inner contents, right? Where you can name your layers and all of that. And assets, let's say you have components, let's say you have code component variants, your vectors like your icons, your styles, whatever animation you gave it or you brought into your framer. You're going to see all of this here. And then we have at the right hand side, the property panel, you have to see your link. Let's say you have an external link you want to link, you can put it here and it redirects you to wherever you want it to redirect it to. And then we also have the positioning where you can see your absolute, your relative, your fixed, and your sticky. We have the size, the height, the max width, and etc. Yep, so let's just get into the business of the day. Now, before I start my design, I love to work with the navigation bar. Other people are like, "Oh, why do you really love to work with the navigation bar?" For me, if my nav bar is not responsive, I'm not like, how will I say it? I'm not going to be satisfied. I'm not going to be at ease or at peace, right? If I'm working, just like saying, if you remove the head or you are in a house, right, that has like roofing. Now, what is that house without the roofing? It's empty, it's useless. So that's why I like to start with my navigation bar before I will go into the other details like in the website or in the landing page or anything. So to start our navigation bar, we are going to first make this a component, right? Make this a component. So we are going to create components. I'm going to name it navbar, and we have this, and then I'm going to rename this to desktop nav, right? If you want to put desktop large navigation bar, navbar, right? Since this is like the default, the primary, and it's like it's 1440. Click on the plus, the variant of it, which is like the plus. You see a variant, add variant. Now, if you're adding variants, this is the parent container, these are the children. So whatever you're doing, if you're making changes, you have to come to the parent container to make your changes. You have no business with the primary container except you're trying to make it responsive, which is like for the tablet and then the mobile. Now we've done this, I name it desktop small navbar, and then I'm going to resize, change the width to 1200 and change the navbar to, let's say, 90 and then 90, right? Then I want to hide this, we don't need it for now. So icon container, change the visibility to no, make it hidden. And then once I'm done with that, I click on this guy, the variant of it again, and then I'm going to rename this to tablet. And the tablets is 810 by default. We have 768 and we have etc. So now for this guy, I want to make it hidden. So I would come here, guys. This is where we are now going to be patient and observant. Now I can see that this guy, this our services, is a menu, but it's a standalone menu. I don't want it to be a standalone menu. We want it to be inside this stack, inside this stack that has the plenty nav links. So you can name it in many. Oh, and I need to change it at the parent container. So I need like this stack. I want this our services to be inside here. That there you have it. No, it's not inside. Inside here. Yes, exactly. And let's say fit content for now. And resize this to 32. The left and the right padding 32. Now coming back here, this stack, the nav link, the account, and then divider, and then we have the contact link. I'm going to reduce the gap to like 20, reduce the gap of this as well to like 20. Very good. Then I want to make the visibility of this stack to hidden to no, and then make the visibility of this other guy downwards to no. Good. So we have just this guy alone. Now I'm going to come to icon container. That's the nav, the what's it called, the nav icon, the responsiveness, that's your close and your open. Come here and then I make it visible, right? Then I come here and then I change this from fixed content to fill, and then I go to the distribute and change from center to space between, and there you have it. But if you check, guys, you will see that the spacing at the right hand side is too much, and then the spacing between this guy and this guy is a bit smaller. So when you check, this is where you have to be patient and how am I going to explain? You really do have to be patient. So upon doing that, if I click, once I click here, I look at the padding. I first check, okay, what could be wrong. Then the padding, we don't need any padding. So the right hand side is 65. I don't need any padding. So I'm going to change it to 0, and you can see, guys, this is it. So I click and then I make a variant, and I'm going to bring the what's it called, the phone, the mobile. So I name it mobile. Then by default it's 390, and then change it to 16 around that. Now you can see I don't really have to start stressing myself to do all of this, right? We have this, but we also need something. We need to make a drop down of like for tablets, and then a drop down for mobile. So I still click on the variants tablets, but this time I'm naming it to tablets drop down, right? And I'm bringing it up here. So you have this tablet closed, and then you have the tablet drop down beside each other. I'm going to bring this down here, under here, right? Now zoom in, change this is like in open, this is in open. So I'm going to change this from open to close. Now if you observe, we have we have a stack, and then we have two icons inside the stack. So I'm going to do that, and then two icons inside the stack. We have the stack is in the absolute position, meaning I can it's like I don't have restrictions. I can move anything I want to move without feeling restricted, right? Without feeling restricted, I can move anything that I want to move. Now I'm going to remove this guy, the menu guy, right? And then shift it. Hold on. Yep, do that. Shift it, and then it's gone. Now there's something you need to observe. These images are too big, and I want to resize it. So I'm holding down my shifts. Good, we have something like this, and then this is also too big. The logo is too big, and I'm holding down my shift. I'm resizing. Perfect. Now we've been able to achieve this, right? Now let's do the drop down. They cannot just sit this alone now. So those things that were hidden, I select the two of them. So I select the two of them, and then I make it visible. We have this. Now don't fret, calm your nerves. So let's do this one by one. I click on the logo container itself, the drop down itself. I change the direction from horizontal to vertical, I can see, and then I click on the stack. We are going to rename this properly, but then I click on the stack. I change direction from horizontal to vertical, and then I change the alignment to this, and then center to start. Then I come down to stack. I change this to start. I change direction to vertical, and I alignment to this. Now we don't need divider. We don't need it, so I'm going to turn it off. Good. And then what is this? The gap. The gap is 20. The gap for this as well is 20. Good. So I click on this on the parent container, and I change the alignment from middle to this, and then I give it like a reasonable amount of gap, and then we have this. Now there's something missing in our prototype. So when I click this, you can see this. Then open. I click on the close icon as well, and then close. So if you do a preview for this, you're going to get this. Can you see? You get that. Good. So we're done with tablets. Now we are moving on to the mobile. We add a variant of it. We come down, we bring it down here. Also rename it to mobile drop down. Mobile drop down. The same process. Click on it. Look at those two guys that were hidden. Move it from hidden to visible, right? Click on the parent container, that is the mobile drop down. Change direction from horizontal to vertical, from center to like start, then the padding to can be like 40. Then select the stack, and then we change the direction as well to this, and then align to this and start. And then the last one, the same thing, from this to this, and then start. And again, I don't want the line to show. This is the divider to show, so I'm going to turn it off. And I click on the parent container. I give it left alignments. Then come here, change it, and that's all. So now to make it interactive, this here, and then this here. Very good. So we have our mobile. So now we have this. We can now work with this without having to bother about responsiveness. We have this. Now if you notice, this is hiding upwards. In case you see something like this, do not fret. Check, is this in absolute position? You come here, check the position. It's in fixed. But we want it to be in fixed in the sense that if I am moving up, you can see it's not going to change its position. It's just going to maintain that position. But now it's cutting out. It's cutting out. So we want to look at the alignment. We do this, and then it's down. And then when I click, you can see this. Now to make this responsive, you click on your breakpoints, how to breakpoints, desktop. So we change the navbar, we click on the navbar, you come down to the navbar components, you see variants, click on the drop down, you can see your desktop small navbar, click on it, done. So you click on tablet as well. Okay, already it's like that's adapted. But in case yours do not adapt, just go there and change. And then we have this for phone. Now that we are done with this, let's check if it's going to be responsive. Okay, so there we have it. Perfect. Now let's come down to our hero section. Our hero section, now we want to make our text. We want to add breakpoints to our text sizes. Now adding breakpoints to your text size is very important if you're working with a client that tells you, oh, I want my site to rank for SEO. Now if you check here, if when you're adding your style guides, and like in Figma, you will know about H1, H2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, paragraph, and etc. Yes, we have for SEO it starts from H1 down to H6 and paragraph. So we come here, we click on the what's it called, text styles. Already I've created one, but if you want to create your own text style, you would see new style. You will see new style. When you click on new style, So when you click on new style, when you click on new style, you would click on new style, you're going to see paragraph H1, H2, H3 downwards, right? Now let's make this breakpoint. Let's get a breakpoint. So by default, what you're going to see here is add breakpoints. Okay, let me just cancel and start again. Cancel this and delete. So this is by default. We have this. So we wants to be our H1. I click on edit. You can see add breakpoints. Add breakpoints. So we have for large, desktop medium, tablets, and then we have for phone. So you can probably want to do the odd way, 32, and yeah, we have this. You have your line 1.4, your text. I want to reduce this a bit to 1.2. Perfect. Now for the subtext, it's always best to use paragraph, right? That's a body. So I come here, I click on new style, and I go to paragraph, which is a body. I click on this, I click at add breakpoints. Add breakpoints 16 all through. Oh no, 16 all through. This was 16. I guess I'm going to do this. Okay, 16 all through, and there we have it. You also check for the phone. I think it's okay. It's okay. So now we have you can see it's making sense, and then when you check for this, you're not really going to see this, but let's fix it. Now we have for our desktop small, we had 90 right, 90 left. Come here, change the what's it called, the right and left padding to 90. Good, there you have it. And for our tablet now, now for our tablet, it's going to be, instead of it to be horizontal, we're going to change the direction. Now change the direction, we're going to move it from horizontal to vertical, and we're going to remove the distributes because it's marrying each other, right? It's too close. So we're going to change the distribute from space between to start, and then we give it a reasonable amount of gap. Let's do 32. Okay, 32 is still fair. And then we click on the what's it called, the image container. Fill this, remove the max width, the main width, then come back to the padding, change it, give it 32. Good. Now click on the inner image, the image inside this guy here. What's happening? So for the image, it's supposed to have fill. I don't know what's happening. Well, let me see if I can manually adjust this. Okay, so we'll come back to that, and we'll come back to it. Perhaps we'll come back to it. Let's just do for mobile. We've figured out for this. Let's move the max width. Perfect. Then let's come back here. This guy here should be 150. The hero section, and then we have images. Before the images, let's change the position and the distributes, the direction from horizontal to vertical, then the padding to 16. You can see it's making sense. And then from distribute to start, and we give it 60 or 50. Make this responsive, fill content. Yeah, so the image container, fill content. I think that's a problem. Image container, fill, fit content. No, let's give it fill. Yep, image container, fill. Okay, so we have this. Good. We have this. So let's preview. Okay, guys, can you see it? Now this is responsive and this is working. So we have what's it called? Another this guy. But if you notice, we have this guy here. We have the space much space in there. Just check again. So when I check, what could be wrong? Good with this. Let me see. Oh yeah. So that's it. So I remove that. Then I come here. I check the same thing. So when if you want to remove it, mark switch, you right click. You're going to see remove, and then there you have it. You have this already. So with this, you've been able to build make your navbar and then your hero section responsive, right? Very good. So yeah, I said for our next class, right, we're going to be focusing on adding extra pages to the design to what we currently have or to what we already have, right? So that's what we're going to more like focus on this week. And what are the pages? What are the pages rather? We have this guy. We add this guy. Yeah, we add this guy. And on Saturday, we're going to host our next Rema design workshop and walk us through the processes again. But yeah, I do hope that we were able and you've been able to understand how the navigation bar works and how the hero section works as well. If you don't, you can always what's it called? You can always reach out to me. I mean, you can always reach out. But yeah, that's for that. I'll see you guys on Saturday. But before then, I'll leave rooms for question and answers for anyone that have questions and then for have answers. So we'll meet on the other side for question and answer. For now, see you in our next video. And take care, guys. Thank you for watching.